Right, Arsenal fans, fellow Gunners, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. Sorry, I'm not in the Arsenal jersey right now. It's being washed. Probably on the next videos tomorrow, I'll be putting on the Arsenal jersey. I want us to discuss Thomas Partey's contribution to Arsenal. Where does he put us? Where does his signing guarantee us a position? For example, last season we finished 8th. Does Partey make us top 4? Does he make us title contenders? That so many people have been saying. Now I want your comments on this, because this is a podcast where you and me can give your opinion. So the first thing you have to do is to smash the like button. Make sure there is a like on the video as well. Get me a comment. Does Partey make us title challengers? Does he make us title contenders? I'm gonna give my opinion. I want to listen to your opinions as well in the comment box. So I expect almost 1,000 comments on this, on this video, because it's your opinion. I want to know, does he make us title contenders? Does he make us top 4 contenders? Does he take us back to the Champions League? What do you think? And I'll start with reacting to many of the comments who have been, which have been coming up and popping up on this channel, saying that Thomas Partey has arrived. Now we can win the league. Now, guys, if you're going to be realistic, we went into this window with a couple of problems as Arsenal. With a couple of problems, starting with our defense, the right back, the centre back, crossing over to the midfield. Almost the defensive midfielder was not there. We never had a creative midfielder or a good box to box. All those positions were not occupied. Up front, I would say we were okay, because we had Aubameyang, Gabriel Martinelli was promising, Bukayo Saka was promising as well as Pepe. By the end of the season, he was not doing so bad. So I think by the end of the season, our attack was fairly doing well, but the problem was with the midfield and the defense. All right, when we started making the signings, I think we made on-spot marquee signings. We brought Danny Ceballos back, and we also brought Gabriel Magalhaes in the defense. Now, does that mean we were only lacking a player like Thomas Partey? And my answer is no. In my opinion, the answer is no. Partey was not the only missing piece to Mikel Arteta's squad. Yes, I know he adds so much. He's a good player. Most of you think he must be the reason why we are going to win the league. But winning the league means you're running through a marathon of 38 games, which, some of which, are so close, they have a difference of 2 days between them. December is coming, January is coming, and that is, when Arsenal really, suffers so much. The Black November, the Black December, and the worst January. Those are the months where we, lose it. Partey alone is a good player. Partey alone, can lift Arsenal. He's going to change so much, but not to an extent where we can win the league. Winning the league, we might need more 3, 4, 5 players to win the league. That's the truth. We might need a better right back. If we had got someone like Max Aarons, probably. We might need a backup for Thomas Partey himself. Because if Partey gets injured, or if we need squad rotation, who do you bring in? Someone who can give you exactly what Thomas Partey gives you. We don't have that person. So I write off Arsenal from the title, although we have Thomas Partey. Even in the goalkeeping department, the value and the quality in our goalkeeping department has actually reduced by 50-60%. We had Emi Martinez, now he's gone. So our second goalkeeper is just not good enough, not as good as Emi. So that means if Burnley dares to get an injury this season, we are going to suffer a lot when it comes to goalkeeping. It still drives me to the same point that Partey is not the only player. Partey single-handedly cannot win the league for Arsenal, because this is not FA Cup or some sort of Europa League where you have to play knockout. It's not, this is a marathon, 38 games. You have to win, lose, draw, and the best team that collects the most points is going to be awarded winner. So probably if we had brought in someone like Ben Rama or Aouar, alongside Thomas Partey, and then you have a player like Lucas Torreira on the bench, a squad player, a quality squad player, waiting for Thomas Partey to get injured, waiting for Thomas Partey to get tired, to come on the pitch. You would think about it. You would think of Arsenal as maybe a top 3 contender. But look at the Liverpool quality, look at the quality at Manchester City. It's really very hard for us to say that we are going to win the league. I love Arsenal and I want us to win the league. I think we can do it in the next 3 years if we keep on piling the quality the way we are doing in the past 3 seasons, in the past 3 summers. But the truth is, to say that Arsenal is going to win the league because of Thomas Partey, that's quite very hard. It might not be the hardest of things to think about, but it might be one of the hardest things to achieve. The quality of Liverpool, Mikel Arteta has made it a song. The quality of Liverpool has been built over time. The reason as to why Manchester City are coming as runners-up to Liverpool, they have the quality and they have built it over time for the past 2-3 seasons. Players like Fernandinho have been there. Players like Aguero have been there. That quality has been built over time. We need to build our quality over time, and that's when we can start to say now we can compete for the league. I don't want to say we are not good enough. I don't want to say we are not good enough, but we need to gather more quality in terms of thinking about the league. Let us think about top 4. Does Partey make us top 4 contenders? And I'll try it. Yes, he makes us top 4 contenders. Top 4, I agree. Because if I look at Manchester City, who are also not very good enough, I look at Liverpool, who I don't know how their season is going to run. Like, are they going to keep, being smashed by Aston Villa 7? Are they going to bounce back and win, all the games left in the league? I'm not really sure about that. But what I'm sure about is all the other teams, Everton, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, we can challenge those teams for top 4. Trust me, we can challenge those teams for top 4. Now, our squads are balanced. We have a balanced midfield, not really 100% balanced, not 100% quality, but at least we can compete with the midfield of United, we can compete with Tottenham's midfield, we can compete with Everton's midfield, we can compete with all the teams apart from Chelsea, apart from City and Liverpool. You might think about Chelsea, they made so many signings, Havertz and so on, but if you look at how organized our midfield is going to become and how disorganized Lampard's midfield is going to be, we are just going to challenge them. Trust me, take my word, we are going to challenge them for top 4. And like I already said, we cannot make it to top 4 without a marquee midfield signing. Now we have one. I think we can make it to top 4. It's not going to be the easiest of races. You understand that? It's not going to be the easiest of races. You have Everton, who look so good. They have had a very good transfer summer. You have Tottenham Hotspur, who are bought in very many good players. Regalon, they have Hojberg, they have Bellberg. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. United are desperate. They want to go back to Champions League because they have tested the waters and they know how sweet the waters are. They want to go back there. Chelsea as well. They have spent a lot. There is a lot of pressure in the side, pressure on the manager, pressure on the players. They want to deliver, and trust me, they have the quality. So it's not going to be easy. So it's almost an 8-horse race for 2 positions. 8 horses for 2 positions. Tottenham, Everton, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Wolves. You can't write them off. You just can't write them off. They were so good last season. How many players have they lost? I think only 2 players, Jota, and they lost Jota. They lost who else? Now I'm trying to get that name in my head. So you can't write them off as well. Leeds, Michel Bielsa started so well. Marcelo Bielsa started so well, and any team can be a threat. Last season, Leicester City were a threat, almost going back to the Champions League, and that takes me back to Leicester City as well. So it is 8 teams competing for top 4. 8 teams competing for top 4. And it's not going to be easy for us now to just beat all that competition and finish 3rd or 4th. But what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make is with the midfield of in a midfield with a player like Thomas Partey, with a defense having a player like Gabriel Magalhaes, with Burnley in goal, a forward that has a player like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, we are very similar or even slightly better than some of our competitors. Some of them are better than us, like Spurs. Spurs' forward is better than us. They have Son, they have Bell, they have Bergwijn, they have Kane. Those are 4 players that are better than what we have. The only player that can fit in there is Aubameyang. So it's not going to be really easy. I know some teams are not really going to perform like we expect them, but top 4 is going to be very hard this season. Though I still think Thomas Partey and the signings we have made this season make us top 4 contenders. A midfield that's not going to be despised, a midfield that's not going to be always exploited, means so much for a top 4 contender. You saw Manchester United's season just had a twist with Bruno Fernandes. They introduced Bruno, in January this year, last season, and everything changed. Everything. He totally changed everything. He changed how Pogba was playing. He changed how Fred was playing. He changed how Matic was playing. He changed how McTominay was playing. He made almost all the players in there top class. Top class. And if Partey can do that, support Xhaka, support Ceballos, make us top class, make those players get good days on the pitch, because the department that is letting us down at Arsenal has been the midfield. I want to say this, frank. It has been the midfield. Now, some of you think I'm very negative. I'm not so negative. I'm actually positive. I'm saying we are going back to the top 4 race, but it's not going to be as easy as that. And I think right from position 3, we might have a certain Chelsea going position 3. We might have a certain Arsenal in position 4, Tottenham in position 5, 6 must be Everton, 7 Leicester City. But I don't think there's going to be a difference of a much difference in points, a big difference in points. It's not going to be there. Probably you'd see Chelsea at 69, Arsenal at 67, and tied with Tottenham at 67 as well, maybe goal difference or something like that. This is going to be a race where we have, where we need every player, every department to come on board and provide the best. I told you clubs are signing players, and you guys were like, the COVID is affecting everybody, Cossyz. No, COVID never affected everybody, because Arsenal signed a 50 million player, they also signed a 20 million player. We spent almost 77 million euros. That was decent. At the end of the day, clubs like Manchester United, spent money, not so much, but they spent 37 million on Donny van der Beek. That's a big signing. They spent almost 20 million on Alex Telles. That's 50 million. So if you want to compare and see where Partey puts us, we have to bring in all the other teams on board. And I think we are in pole position to fight for top 4. Pole position. He makes us top 4 contenders. If we can add 2 more signings to Partey in our starting lineup, then we can fight for top 4, for top 2. We can fight for the top 2. Winning the league, we need a good bench. We need a good bench. Top 4, you can go for top 4 without a good bench. Leicester City have done it before. They have almost, they have every good player on the pitch, no good player, on the bench. They have Barnes on the pitch, they have Chilwell on the pitch, they have Maddison on the pitch, they have Tielemans on the pitch, they have Vardy on the pitch. You know, at Brighton is on the pitch. So everybody, literally everybody is on the pitch for Leicester City. Ndidi is on the pitch. You know, Soyuncu, Kasper Schmeichel is on the pitch. So when they get affected, when they get affected by injuries, you can see how, you know, they dropped so fast. So for top 4, you can go without a good bench. You can be lucky. You can get away with it. You can survive injuries. But to win the league, it's not easy. There are times when players decline in performance, and you have to put them off, and then bring in someone who can actually, you know, make a difference. Liverpool had that. When Mane was down, Salah was at it. They brought in James Milner all the time to make a difference, and he made it. They had Keita. You know, Keita was not a starter. Imagine, Keita was not a starter. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain always made the difference in some games. So I think Partey makes us top 4 contenders, but not league contenders. I love you guys. I love you so much. In the box below is the comment box. Tell me, does Partey make us league winners? Does he make us title contenders? Does he make us top 4 contenders? What do you think? I want to know your opinion. Love you so much.